Hey everybody. Well, it's been a lot of work, but I think I'm pretty close to reattaching the sill. As you can see, it's sitting nicely even with the inner stiffener and the inner sill, and it also matches up pretty nicely with the lower flange that comes off the floor pan. I've been working this afternoon. I had to actually slice the rocker because it was, I think my distance from up here to down here is a little bit shorter than original factory, because I think the flanges that hang down on the floor pans on the aftermarket ones are a little bit shorter than the original. So that forced me to kind of compress the rocker a little bit, and when it did that, it shoved this portion up, which really messed with the door fit as far as the gap at the back. So what I did after I got everything drilled out, taken out, the forward A-pillar shoved forward or back, pulled back about 3/8 of an inch. You can actually see that's where I had actually attached the ratchet strap, and it actually kind of flared started to bend the metal there. So yeah, it is. I'll hammer that out. It's not a problem. But yeah, so when I got to this point, there was too much metal from here to here, so it was pushing this edge up, and I had originally kind of just wailed on it with a rubber mallet and bent it down, and it messed everything up. So it's not great now, but I think I've worked it back to something livable that when I get to that point, I can fill it with some reinforced filler. I know it's not great, but it is what it is. I mean, it's a 50-year-old car, so it'll look good for a while. But yeah, so I sliced it for about all the way up for the length of the door and pulled it together, and then stitched it back together and ground it. So it's got a pretty good profile. I don't know if you can see it there, but I think it'll probably be really obvious once it gets an actual primer on it. But, you know, some block sanding and filler, and I think it'll be close enough because it's on the underside, under the door, so I'm not really worried too much about it. I think the worst thing will be trying to get this edge smoothed out and even, but you know, that's a problem for future Brandon. So I did have to, I had my door striker. I have a buddy at work that does, among other things, he's got glass bead blasting for building up circle track engines and carburetors. So I had him glass bead the bracket for the door catch. So I've got that, but I had to, with raising the door, I had to enlarge the holes because it would stop. It was basically too low, and so it would drag the door down, and then I wouldn't get the alignment up here. So I drilled out the holes for the retainer. I'll get it around here somewhere. But I took that off, took the metal plate that's got the 3 tapped holes for these, took those off and opened it up by about 3/16, quarter of an inch, so I could get it up higher to where the door would align up here at the top. So now the nice thing is if I let the door go, it latches and it's smooth up here. It'll have to be drawn out down here at the bottom a little bit. I think I'll have to adjust the door hinges on the door itself where they attach the door to get it out to the right spot. Sorry about that. And I now have a decent enough gap where it's fairly even that I'm happy with it. So I think I'm pretty close to reattaching this, and then I've got the skin that I fabricated to put on this and close that up, and then it's on to the wheel arch. So yeah, making pretty good progress for a rainy Sunday. Thanks everybody. See ya.